yeah, you were our big sister growing up. We want you to come, like, still be a part of the family. My first was a commercial for an insurance company that never ran. I was 5 years old, but I booked a lot of commercials pretty quickly once I started. So some of the bigger ones that I did were like Cabbage Patch Dolls, McDonald's, Kentucky Fried Chicken, Alf, Care Bear toys, like all kinds of toy and food commercials I did a whole lot of. I remember at least two of them. There might have been a third one, but I auditioned for the casting director, and it was like any other normal audition for me. And she told me right in the room there that she said, okay, yeah, we're going to bring you back. We're going to bring you back for a callback. And so that was exciting because I'd already been acting for 5 years. I also know that coming back is a really good sign, but it's absolutely no guarantee that you're going to get the part. And then I remember going in for that next audition, which had then all the producers, the creator of the show, some of the writers. I know the story now. The creator of the show, Jeff Franklin, because he's shared it before, he said, oh, we knew the second you walked out of the room, he had said, do we even have to audition anyone else? Like, that's DJ. Quite the compliment. I didn't know that at the time, but I think it was like a couple days later, I got a call from my agent that said, hey, you booked the job. My mom became our manager because we were working, and eventually became an agent probably 15 years after we had started working, because she learned so much in the business. But like my parents, my mom, my dad, we were not entertainment people, like had no understanding of it in the very beginning. We just kind of, because we lived in LA, it was honestly like an extracurricular activity. You could go play soccer, you could sign up for tap and ballet, you could try auditioning for commercials. It's like, that's kind of how the business was. So we really fell into it. And yeah, my mom and my dad learned a lot along the way. And that's why my mom fell into that role, because she really wanted to be protective and make sure that the experience was not only a good one and one that we wanted to be in, but again, very protective to make sure that no one was taking advantage of us. They truly are my family, and I can say my second family, whatever, but it's just like, they're my family. I grew up with them. I spent so much time with them. There's such a bond when you spend 8 years of your life with the same people on a weekly basis. Like, I'm spending just as much time with them as I am my own family. When we're hanging out on the side, people always say like, oh, Full House is having a reunion. And I'm like, no, this is normal. Like, we're friends. We're closer than friends. We're family. Always have been. I think about Bob a lot. I think probably even more often than I thought I would, because almost anything that's funny makes me think of Bob. Bob was a huge source of laughter in my life. So I miss him a lot. There's so many times when I'm, going about my day and I'm like, I wish I could call Bob and tell him that, or I wish I could go have dinner with him right now and download about all of this, or, go watch his stand up for a night out or something. But yeah, I miss him. I miss him greatly. My daughter's an actress. She's the only one. My boys wanted nothing to do with the entertainment industry. But you see your kids, while they're growing up, you see what their interests are, where they shine, what they're shy about, all those things. And Natasha's always been a performer. Sometimes she'll post her little throwback videos when she's like 7 or 8, and she's making little TV shows on her iPhone or something, or my iPhone. She didn't have one then, but it's so cute. So there was definitely conversations about it, but I've always been an encourager as a mom of whatever my children are interested in, to help them pursue that to the best of their abilities. I think about it a lot. I have to say, I've loved every decade more and more. 20s, I couldn't wait to get out of them. Once I hit my 30s, I was like, oh, I finally feel like I'm in the maturity of a decade that I relate to. So I loved my 30s, and now being in my 40s, I'm like, this is even better because you just gain more wisdom, you have more self-assurance. I know who I am a whole lot more than I did a decade ago. And so with 50 approaching, I'm a year and a half away. I think about it a lot. I'm not scared about it. I actually can't wait to hit my 50s because I feel like it's going to be another notch in the belt where I'm going to be like, this is even better than my 40s. I knew I wanted to stay home and raise my kids as long as I could be home. But I always knew that I wanted to still be an actress, that I had more to give in many areas of my life. Of course, I didn't even know if entertainment was going to want me back. You never know. People see you as a kid and then you come back 10 years later and you're a full grown woman and a mom, and sometimes they're very embracing of you and sometimes they're like, you had your time. But I was so happy that Hollywood, truly, they opened the doors, and it was like, what they would tell me is like, oh yeah, you were our big sister growing up. We want you to come, like, still be a part of the family. You know what to expect. You're going to go for a ride along with people that are going to fall in love. There's always a happy ending. You're going to have all the feels in your heart. It's become a tradition in people's lives now. This is what they do with certain family members. And I think for all of the reasons they get made fun of are the very reasons why they are so beloved. You know exactly what you're going to get. This is the first time I've had 2 new originals in a season. And the first one is called A Christmas Less Traveled, and it's with Eric Johnson. So it's this beautiful road trip story about a father-daughter relationship, but also, you know, there's a love interest in there too, that she meets along the way. And the other one that I have that is with Cameron Matheson, and it's called Home Sweet Christmas. And this one is about 2 childhood friends that haven't seen each other in so many years, but they were kind of always loved each other, like even when they were kids. So we get reunited in dealing with just the passing of my great uncle and really get reconnected. So it has a very nostalgic feel to it, this movie, because there's lots of flashbacks going back to when we were children. But it's 2 people that already know each other so well, and they reconnect and truly realize that they were always meant for each other.